What's up, YouTube? Thanks for coming to my channel. My name is One of a Kind Vlogs. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, cut on post notifications so you never miss a video, and comment down below. Now today, let's discuss a few things today, shall we? You know, there's a lot going on around the world. Don't worry about my hair. Who cares? There's a lot going on around the world. There's a lot of people dying. There are a lot of people leaving this world, old and young. No, because I had a question. I called my friend last night. I asked this person a question. I said, can you tell me why God is taking all these young people here lately? I know, don't get me wrong. I know when he pulls your number, you have no control of when you're going to go, how you're going to go, or what time you're going to go. So I asked a question. And she told me, it was a she told me, she said, maybe God is trying to tell these young people that you're never too old or too young for me to call your number. Because a lot of young people run around here like they 10 but 2, think they everything out here in the world. They ain't nothing. Like I told you all before, everything here is borrowed. We on borrowed time. The car sitting outside ain't mine. The clothes I wear, not mine. This not mine. This not mine. Ain't nothing in here mine. The TV behind me, ain't nothing in here mine. Everything in here is borrowed. The car, if you got a new car, that's not your car. I don't care if you're paying money on it. It's not yours. I don't care if you say your name is on the line. It's still not yours. It's borrowed. We on borrowed time. So we got to do everything we can do to do what's right to make it to heaven. Okay, because down here, to me, it's the devil's advocate. People running around shooting people like they got bubble gum in their shoes or something. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't understand it, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all out there don't understand it. I ain't the only one sitting right here talking to y'all about this thing, because it's happening every single day. Now, the friend, I did lose a family member, and I did lose one of my close friends' baby mama's daughter. They found her in her apartment. She was 21 years old, drug overdose. She hadn't even lived her life yet. That's why I really don't want my daughter or my niece and nephews around people that's doing drugs or alcohol. And I mean, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? If they drink alcohol, fine. As long as they don't smoke that other stuff, they good. That's just me. That's just me now. I've been there and done that. I've done it all. Except for smoke the C word. I don't want to get demonetized. Done did. Put the C in there and you know what I'm talking about. But I ain't done that. I ain't snorted no C's. You know what I'm saying? But I have smoked the M's. And I have had a little bit of drinking. A lot. So I'm just saying, if you know somebody out there going through, you know somebody out there that's depressed, going through whatever, talk to them. Like I made a video yesterday, make them laugh. Laugh is everything. Despite what I'm going through right now, and I'm speaking for myself, I'm laughing. I can't be down. I wasn't going to get up and do this video, but it was pressed on me to do this video. Okay? A lot of people is calling for help or showing that they need help, and we're not paying attention to it until it's too late. Then when it's too late, it's like, man, she called me yesterday or he called me yesterday. I should have called. I should have answered. I knew they was going through things. It's too late, man. It's freaking too late. It's too late. But I'll tell you something we do need to do. You can pull out your Bible. If you got a tablet, you got an actual Bible. If you got it on your extra phone, on your phone or whatever, you can read the Bible. That's something you can do. It's a lot of stories in the Bible. Oh, you know what? I'm going to start setting it up. Let's start setting it up. Because I fall short every day. I don't read the Bible. I read what's on my phone or what's on my tablet, and I read certain scriptures. Well, that is reading the Bible. If you look at it, but in the physical form, I'm not. I need a haircut. Anyway, you can. I pulled up the Bible right here. For example, let's see. Let me find what I'm gonna read right quick. For example, I always read Job. I like Job because Job is consistent of me. How he took away everything and then blessed that man, but because he didn't cuss, right? Okay. The story of Job in the Bible. In this Bible story from the book of Job, there is a wealthy man named Job residing in the area called Uz, with his extended family and vast flock. He is blameless and upright, constantly mindful to live in a righteous manner. Job 1:1. God mentioned Job to Satan, saying, "There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil." However, Satan contends that Job is only righteous because God has favored him generously. Satan dares God that if given the approval to inflict suffering, Job would change and curse God. God permits Satan to abuse Job, to experiment with the brazen claim, but he forbids Satan to fake Job's life in that manner. Now, Job went through a lot during the whole time in this story. He went through a lot. Now I'm trying to go down a little bit. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. This is how we're going to do it. The tribulations of Job. Over the time of one day, Job is given 4 reports, even informing him that his sheep, servants, and 10 children, God, oh, woo, good damn morning, dang it a lot, have all died due to thriving intruders or natural disasters. Wow, crazy. Job rips his clothes and shaves his head in sorrow, yet he still praises God in his prayers. Satan arrives in heaven again, and God allows him another opportunity to test Job. This time, Job is distressed with terrible skin sores. His wife urges him to denounce God and give up and die, but Job protests, trying to endure his afflictions. So that means no matter what he went through, he stayed on course. Something we don't do. We need to do this every single day. 3 of Job's companions, Bildad and Zophar and Eliphaz, I think I said it right, arrived to confront him, sitting with Job in silence for 7 days, but of reference of his grieving. On the 7th day, Job talks, starting to discuss in which each of the 4 men shares his reflections on Job's troubles and description. Job I'm say it right. He said darn, he said dams. Job damns the day he was born, relating life and death to light and darkness. He hopes that his birth had been obscured in darkness and desires to have never been born, believing that life only increases his suffering. Eliphaz, Eliphaz, I hope I said it right, replies that Job, who is comfort other people, who reveals that he never actually knew their pain. Eliphaz concludes that Job's pain must be due to some sin Job has acted, and he recommended Job to seek God's favor. Bildad and Zophar agreed to Job must be performed evil to provoke God's justice and argued that he should attempt to manifest more innocent behavior. Now, these are his friends now. They telling him that he needs to seek God, right? And to, I guess, ask him to take the pain away. But little do they know, God is testing him to see how far he will go. Will he pass the test? They don't know that though. Okay. Let's see where I left off at. Bildad supposes that Job's children brought their death upon themselves. Even worse, Zophar suggests that whatever wrongdoing Job has done, he likely deserves more suffering than he has experienced. Now, one of them tell him to seek God, and one of them tell him to go ahead on and he deserves it. Boy, I'll tell you, these friends are a trip, boy. Job contemplates the mystery of God. Job reaches to each of these remarks, becoming so angry that he calls his sympathizers worthless physicians who whitewash their help with lies. He questions why God judges people by their deeds if God can just as easily change or forgive their behavior. It is confusing to Job how a human can truly satisfy God's justice, as his ways of mysteriously and exceed human compensation. Furthermore, humans cannot possibly convince God with their words. God cannot be fooled. And Job confessed that he does not even know himself well enough to adequately defend his case to God. God desires for someone who can mediate between himself and God and be sent to school, the dark space of the dead. Hey, Job went through some crap. Job believes that there is a witness or a redeemer in heaven who will testify for his integrity. Job 16:19, Job 19:25. The suffering shows too much for Job, and he turns bitter, anxious, and scared. He deplores the justice that God lets evil people thrive while he and many other honest people suffer. Job wants to face God in protest, but cannot physically find God. He assumes that wisdom is concealed from humans, and he declares to persevere in seeking wisdom by fearing God and expanding evil. A lot to learn. God consoles Job. God eventually intervenes, commanding Job to be brave, and explains various detailed features in his creation. Overcome by the experience of God, Job recognizes God's infinite power and accepts the constraints of his human understanding. The response pleases God, but he is upset with Ephraim, Bildad, and Zophar for admitting lousy advice. Job reconciles on their behalf, and God forgives them. God then restored Job's health, granting him twice as much property as before. Again, God will test you to see how far you will go. He will let the devil do whatever he want to do with you, but he gonna see how far you will go. And if you pass the test, then he will grant you or bless you 2 times more than what you had the first time he took away from you. I'm just letting you know that's what he said. He said God then restores Job's health, granting him twice as much property as before, new children, and remarkable long life. In the end, Job never completely gave up hope or faith in God as an inspiration to everyone enduring suffering of their own. Now, I'll tell you right now, that was Job 1 through 22. I'm going to read that. I'm going to read that. In the land of Uz there was a man whose name was Job. The man was blameless and upright. He feared God and shunned evil. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 donkeys, and had a large number of servants. He was the greatest man among all people of the east. His sons used to hold feasts in their homes on their birthdays, and they would invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. When period of feast had run its course, Job would make arrangements for them to be purified. Early in the morning, he would sacrifice a burnt offering for each of them, thinking, perhaps my children have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. This is Job's regular custom. One day, the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them. The Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" Satan answered the Lord, "From roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth and on it." What he does right now. "Does Job fear God for nothing?" Satan replied. "Have you put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? You have blessed the work of his hands, so that the flock and herds are spread throughout the land. Both now stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." Now here comes the test. Here comes the test. It's coming. The Lord said to Satan, very well. Then everything he has in your power, but on the man himself do not lay a finger. Then Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. One day when Job's son and daughter were feasting and drinking wine at the oldest brother's house, a messenger came to Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the donkeys were grazing nearby. And then Sabines attacked and made off with them. They put the servants to the sword, and I am the only one who has escaped to tell you. When he was still speaking, another messenger came and said, the fire of God fell from the heavens and burned up the sheep and the servants, and I am the only one who escaped to tell you. Yeah, see this, it's coming. The testing already started. 18. While he was still speaking, yet another messenger came and said, your sons and daughters are feasting and drinking wine at their other brother's house. When suddenly a mighty wind swept in from the desert and struck the 4 corners of the house, it collapsed on them, and they are dead. And I am the only one who has escaped to tell you. Notice it, every time he says something, it's only one that comes back and tell him this stuff. Wow. At this, Job got up and tore his robe and shaved his head. Then he fell to the ground in worship and said, naked I come from my mama's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. In all this, Job did not sin by changing God with wrongdoing. That's Job 1 through 22. I'm telling you, they come in and start it. Every time something happens, one messenger comes back to tell him everything that happened to him that the devil took away. And at the end of the day, he did not cuss God. He just fell on his knees and gave him praise. And by him doing that, not cussing him out, God granted him 2 times more than what he had. Now, I enjoyed this Job because I always pertain myself to Job. But if you can't pick out something in the Bible, which next Wednesday, I'm going to read something else. I'm going to start this every Wednesday. I'm going to read something out of this Bible. Let me see if we can get it. Yes, Too white. Anyway, it's Job. Bible story of Job. I'm going to end this. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you'll never miss a video, and comment down below. Remember, you're too blessed to be stressed. Love and happiness at all times. Hug somebody and tell them you love them. And always do a random act of kindness. I don't care if you got to sit there and read the Bible to somebody. That's a random act of kindness. You got to do what God puts place in your heart to do. And that's what I'm going to start doing. Whether you like it or you don't. I'm doing everything from him first and his first more on that if God placed it in my heart to do, I'll do it. Because right now he placed this in my heart to read Job for somebody out there. Somebody out there is going through something and they don't know why. And they asking God, and it look like God just wants you to worship him. Don't worship idol stuff. Don't worship this. Don't worship glasses. Don't worship your cell phone. Don't worship your house. Don't worship your cars. Don't worship none of that stuff. He wants you to worship him. Because he can take all that away. Don't. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Nothing. But sit back and cry. Sit back and be like, God, why don't you take it away? But don't know why he took it away. Especially if you're out there worshiping stuff. You're not supposed to worship idols. You're not supposed to worship cross around your neck. You're not supposed to worship this earring in my ear. You're not supposed to worship this. You're not supposed to worship the cell phone. You're not supposed to worship anything. Anything that is not of him, he don't want you to worship it. It's simple. It's that simple. I think I'm going to do this every Wednesday. Might come back on here in a few minutes and do another one because I like talking about the goodness of God. Because without God, I wouldn't be here. I have the heart of gold. I'll do anything for you. It don't matter how you treat me. It don't matter what you say about me. I don't care what you do to me. I still got a heart of gold. I know how to forgive, but I never forget. He didn't say nothing about forgetting. He said you must forgive them. You must forgive your enemy. You must forgive whatever's going on. You got to forgive. Because if I don't forgive, then I'll never make it to heaven. When I go to when judgment day comes, he's going to say, Brian, one of a kind vlog, why didn't you forgive him? I mean, it's just a simple, I forgive you and walk away. And I'll be stuck like, I don't know. That's a strike. I don't know if I can let you into heaven just because you can't forgive somebody. You know, that'll hurt me. So, you can join my channel for $2.99. For $2.99, you join my channel. I put you on all major platforms. Get ready to start up a little something coming up real soon that will benefit you all. Not me, but you all. It's a package deal I'm putting together. It still stays at $2.99. It will not go up. I will not go up, and I will not go down. Well, I'll go down, but right now I'm sitting there. I'm leaving it at $2.99. It's a good package coming. I'm putting it together even as I speak. It's going to help people that want to be on here, and it's going to help people that want to be on here. wanna. So I'm gonna end this. Link down below with my merch. Feel free to cop merch. I'm going to put some more stuff on there so that you have a variety of what I got going on. Just add stuff every day. Might as well, ain't doing nothing else. So remember, I will see you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed the Job story. More to come. I promise you, more to come. And I will see you on the next one.